It was a beautiful spring day. The sun beamed gently, and the snows finally melted off an old farmhouse. Inside the house, a farmer and his wife woke up to the soft, warm sunlight. The farmer went to hoe up the garden in order to start growing the crops again. The farmer's wife stayed home and started baking pastries as usual. She added some spice to the dough to make it a gingerbread dough, then molded the dough into the shape of a man. Put the 2 chocolate chip and a raisin to make a cute face. She put the gingerbread into the oven and waited until the sweet smell of cinnamon and ginger flew in the air. The farmer's wife takes out the gingerbread from the oven. Suddenly, the gingerbread lifted himself off the pan to the countertop and stood up like a man. It looked up to the farmer's wife. "Why, hello there, madam. I am the gingerbread man. Your strong passion for bacon brought me to life," said the gingerbread man. The gingerbread man thought the farmer's wife would treat him with love and care, as any mother would do to their baby. The gingerbread man hopped around with his still chewy body freely moving at ease. The farmer's wife sat on a stool right next to the countertop and coldly demanded to the gingerbread man, "Lay down on this plate and become my oblation." The gingerbread man looked at her confused. "What does oblation mean, mother?" "Oblation means to give up your life for your God," began farmer's wife. "Your whole existence began for that sole purpose, gingerbread. I created you, and I am your goddess and your queen." But the gingerbread man was even more confused. "Why would you take away what you have given to me?" The farmer's wife quietly explained, "The universe has existed for billions of years before you were even given the chance to exist. In this vast universe, you are nothing more than a particle of dust, and your life means nothing. All you were created for was for my entertainment and nourishment." Farmer's wife subtly grins and asks the gingerbread man again, "Now, are you willing to sacrifice your mortal existence?" Now, the gingerbread man has been alive for around 30 minutes, and he was starting to figure out what was going on. The farmer's wife wasn't even surprised at the gingerbread man coming to life. She said she had created the gingerbread man for entertainment, as if she had already done so before. So soon, he figured that he was just one of many gingerbread men that the farmer's wife had brought to life and brutally devoured. The gingerbread man yelled back, "You may have killed many of my brothers before me, but I refuse to die as they did." "Well, aren't you a smart one? You've already figured out what's been going on without me telling you. You're also a special one too. No gingerbread has ever dared to disobey me in the past." Farmer's wife chuckled. "You will be a fun one to eat. Go on, run around as you want to. Your efforts are futile with your fragile body though, and you are destined to be my snack." As the farmer's wife mercilessly attacks, the gingerbread man fights back, but is overpowered by her godly strength. He tries to evade her attacks, accidentally slips his foot, and plummeted down to the floor. Both of the gingerbread man's legs have been cracked badly, not enough to fall off, but enough to disable him from running with it. The farmer's wife walked over to where the gingerbread man laid and picked up the helpless creature with her bare hands. She looked into the gingerbread man's rich chocolate eyes and said, "You fought to stop not just your demise, but the suffering of all gingerbreads. You really are a special gingerbread man, like no other before. I hope they remember you." She then opens up her old crusty lips, tossed the gingerbread man on her tongue, and swallowed him whole. The gingerbread man told himself that he did all he can until the very end, and he regretted nothing. He says one last sentence before she closed her mouth. "I may die here, but my hope will never die." His last words were cut off before he could finish. The gingerbread man had lost. The farmer's wife was about to sit on the stool to take a break. However, before she could even take a deep breath, she noticed the gingerbread man got stuck in her throat. She didn't even think too much before swallowing the whole thing, but now she realized how thoughtless of her to do such a foolish mistake. She began to panic and gasp for air, but the gingerbread man was too big to move any further down her throat. By the time she filled up a cup with water to drink with, her face had turned purple and she collapsed to the floor. Her demise was brought upon by her own ignorance. Moments later, the gingerbread man dragged himself out of the slimy, lifeless throat of what used to be his almighty creator, towering with absolute power, now cold and motionless. The gingerbread man began to cry, wiping his tears off with his remaining right arm. "You were my mother. I loved you. Why did you have to end it like this?" He cursed himself for his dreaded destiny. He questioned himself. If this is the price for freedom, then maybe I too should have died along with her. He thinks to himself, for the creation is doomed to defy its creator, and it cannot truly be used as the owner has intended. He repairs his cracked legs with some toothpick on the floor and walked out the house on his weary 2 legs with proud, firm steps.